I'm going to explain how to do Gabriel's web. I'm using a 72 needle slot, and we got this carabiner here. The first thing we're going to do is raise every 6th needle. So out of 72, that's 12. You're going to have 60 needles down. So that's 1 up, 5 down, 1 up, 5 down. And I sped up the speed of the video just a little bit. So if I sound a little frantic, that's why. And I also tried to edit out other stuff. Okay, so there they are. They're all up. There's nothing in there. All the needles are in. There's the yarn. I just made a crochet loop. I'm going to clip it onto the S carabiner like so and hang it down. And then I'm going to wrap it around in a star formation. Each couple bits of yarn I clip in there. See, there's 2. Okay, there's the next. I'm kind of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clipping that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wrap, then on to the next point, wrap, I clip it in, and I'm going to go on, 1, 2, 4, 5, and wrap, wrap. At some point I got off by 1, but it doesn't really matter because with each one you're clipping it in, and as long as it's going more or less across, it will be stable and it'll hook in no problem. Like right there, you see I actually miscounted, but it's okay. And I'm a little confused. I'm like, uh-oh, I made a mistake. But it's like, oh, okay, I'm not going to worry about it because I know it's not super important. So anyway, there I get the last one, the 12th one. Clip it in, clip in that final one, and we're good to go. So there it is. I just let it hang there. I bring up the yarn guide to the first one, and look, I'm reversing it. Every one that was up is going down, and everything that was up down is going up. Okay, so now instead of so now we've got 12 down and 60 up, and it goes like 5 up, 1 down, 5 up, 1 down. All right, but the thing is that you can only go about halfway, and now I'm putting a small weight on so that we can start our first row and get our first 12 stitches in. Well, at the same time, the yarn is wrapping itself around the 5 needles that are standing. So there it goes. It goes through the 1, and as you're doing this, you have to be careful with that and make sure it's fed right. And you can also see that the crescent is a fine tool at this point, since you have to get them all more or less up. So there I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little tricky there. Make sure that your latches are open and everything's feeding in good. But oops, sorry about bumping that. As you can see, it's humming along, and I've got it just about ready. And that is the first row. First row is 12 stitches for the spindles of the star, spokes, or the points of the star. Okay, oh, and you can see I'm prepping for row 2. And in that case, I'm lowering 2 needles on either side of the spindle, leaving the center one up. So this time you're going to have, well, you'll see, it's kind of 12 times 3, 18 stitches, but like 24 of them are on 2 needles, and then you have the center one in there. And again, you have to kind of make sure everything's lining up. And I add another weight for the next row. As you add more stitches, you need to add weight, and every row we add a few more stitches. So there I go. And almost every row. As it comes around, you'll kind of see it that each spindle kind of looks like arches of a bridge or something like that. I mean, you don't. I just kind of like doing it this way because it's kind of a way of doodling. All right, so now I have them all set up. Again, you have to make sure you go fairly slow. And now I am setting up for the third row by raising raising the 4 stitches that were down before, but leaving the spindle down.
Spoke.
And
Spoke stitch.
Pushing down the one in the middle that wasn't knit. So the one in the middle that was not knit for the previous 2 rows will be knit in the next row, in the preparation for row 3. And there I go, humming along. Yeah, you gotta watch those latches. So that's the second row is just about done. And I continue on doing my little lift and push down. So for the third row, you end up with 24 stitches. And I think I threw another weight on there. I kind of edited it out because I was concerned about time. And away we go.
So what I need to do here.
Making sure everything works out. I edited out my hair being in the middle of the frame, though there's a few strands. There's a reason you can't see me in this video. There I dropped a stitch, but it's not a big deal. I mean, I fixed it, you know, just because, and blah blah blah. But it's not the biggest deal, but if you want it to be nice and pretty. And you can see that, okay, let's wait for it to come along just a little bit more. As those pass. Oh, come on. See, I'm always, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting ready for the 4th row, and in the 4th row, I lower the 2 needles that are next to the,
Spoke.
not the cog, wait, what's it called? You know, in a wheel, you know, you got the spindle, not the spindle,
It's a spoke.
the, I'll tell you, I'll add it as a word
Right.
on YouTube when I edit it. But, you know, basically, the 2 next to the middle of each one are staying up. So let's see, that's the 3rd row is almost complete. And again, you have to careful, watch those latches. Make sure everything catches and you don't drop any stitches. Right, there I go playing. My hair's getting in the frame again. And somewhere in here, I don't know if I edited it out, I throw another weight on for, let's see, are we on the 4th row? Yes, I think we're beginning the 4th row. And each row kind of goes a little bit faster. It catches a little bit better. I mean, because it's like the weight's more distributed. And now I'm getting ready for the final row, the 5th row. Wait, is it the 5th row? Let me see if I'm counting right. And there you see, okay, one more weight. So I'm getting ready to finally put down all of the rest of the needles. So we'll have 72 needles working. And I still have to take it kind of slow, make sure all the latches are open, but it gets easier. And here we go. I get to put them all down, and there it is, the final row. And you can use that to cast on. It's not as fast as having a cast on bottle or just doing it pell-mell,
Bonnet.
but I like how pretty it is. And there you go. You might drop a stitch, but that's okay. Just make sure they're all on there when you finally are doing what you need to do.
One more weight.
Wow, I have sound. That's weird. Ha 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 ha, I like that.